All right, Shy, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I am using a new mic and I'm trying to see if you can hear me, if you can see me fine. My internet is all right. I'm back. I'm on Homestead. We are both, as you can see, he's back there. Can you hear me? Hi, hello, hi, Lisa Williams. How you doing? Can y'all hear me? Drop some nines in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. If you can hear me fine, you can see me fine. You know, it's tricky sometimes out here on the homestead. I hope the tractor is not too terribly loud. As you can see, he's doing some work. Y'all, we got Annabelle back. Finally, we got Annabelle back. And we don't want to let her go anymore because she has been getting the repairs done. Y'all remember the bang up job that Eco Neighbor did on Annabelle. So we are so glad to have her back. It's been literally like months since we have really just had Annabelle here. Let's see. I've been in here and I don't see or hear anything. Let me leave and come back. Oh, okay. Okay. Ina Stanley. Hello, how you doing? Hi, Fifi's Journey. How are you? Midnight Green. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Time Moss Farms. Hello, how you doing? All right. Sound is great. All right. Don't even hear the tractor. Great. That's what I wanted to know for real because I got a new mic. I lost my old lapel mic. So I'm really glad. I'm really glad that this one works to where you can't really hear what's happening with the tractor in the background. He's been doing some stuff. Oh, here comes little Gigi. Y'all, look who's driving up all late in my ride. I knew she was gonna take my car when she got the license. So I guess that means somebody is gonna have to really get on the stick and get her own. Cause, ma'am, ma'am, how are you guys today? Before I go start walking, I was just about to walk around because I'm just getting home about 30 minutes ago. Leave little mama alone. It's not even dark. I know, and that's why I wanted to come on before it actually got dark. Hi, Janet. How you doing? Good to see you. Hello, Kathy B. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, my Renaissance grandma. How are you doing? Um, I wanted to. Annabelle is quiet. No, she ain't. This is a good mic. This is a good mic. Annabelle is she working? But this is a good mic. And I'm glad about it. I found it on sale. You know, I have thrown Amazon to the curb, okay? I have kicked her to the curb. Um, and now I am doing Walmart. So they got this to me in 2 days. And when they stop with that type of magic, I'm gonna kick them to the curb too and find somebody else who can do it. But I wanted to make sure before excuse me, before Eco Neighbor and I come on this weekend, I wanted to make sure that this mic was going to be working good. But I also wanted to just kind of share some stuff with y'all from about this land, about this wonderful investment that we have made. For those who are new here, that's our RV. This is where we live full time, all day, every day. Sorry if I got salad in my teeth, y'all. I'm newly vegan again, y'all. So I just finished eating my dinner real quick so that I could come out to do this live. But I wanted to just come on for a few minutes and have a chat with you guys because I realize that there are a lot of people out there who still um, are very, very skeptical about buying land for one reason or another. Peace, 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 my brother. Iwapele movement. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. And so there are a lot of people who are still very skeptical about land ownership. And they what we're getting is that a lot of people believe that it may not be for them, okay? And hi, how are you? Hey, pretty. This little goddess, y'all. Look at her. Look at her. Ain't she pretty? She is gorgeous. All sun kissed and stuff. But yeah, a lot of people are feeling like this is not for them. This may not be for them. They believe and they're buying in to the narrative that only certain people can buy land. And I'm just here to tell you that is not true. And once you get this land, so many opportunities will open up for you. And let me just tell you what happened today. Just today. All right. So I'm over in Tallahassee today, and I get a phone call, well, a text message saying I have some people who are looking for 15 acres. And I'm like, okay, yeah, why you telling me? um, I ain't got 15 acres just sitting around. Or so I thought. But actually I do. Got 20. So I was like, okay, so what's going on? What's happening? And so what they asked me was if I would be willing, or if we, Eco Neighbor and I, would be interested in selling 15 of our acres. And get this, here's the thing, here's the kicker, for more than double what we paid, meaning we would still have 5 of the acres. So that's why I titled the video the way that I did, because I just want people to know that if you make this investment, that if I don't care how you do it, we had some, like, we hadn't still told y'all everything. We still haven't told y'all everything. There was some good in there. There was some good in there, and we're gonna tell y'all about some of the good that happened as well. But you got money in the bank when you are sitting on land. You have money in the bank. You have people, like, you ain't even looking to try to sell your land. You're not even looking to try to offload your land, but there are people out there who want this land so bad. And when they told me what they did, I can't tell, everything about the conversation, but when they told me the reason that they wanted it, I was like, oh my gosh, let me run this by my husband. And just kind of, because we talk everything out, we our conversations are about anything and everything. We have to talk everything out. And so he was like, what you think? What you thinking? And we had our discussion, and we still, have not come to like a solid conclusion on whether we would even entertain it. I mean, it literally just happened today. But I just want y'all to know that if you have it, when you make that investment, it doesn't matter. People are still calling us about the acre that we sold before this. I don't know why they don't just go to the courthouse records and see that we no longer own it, unless the courthouse just didn't upload you know, the owner's name or whatever. But people are still reaching out to us trying to buy that acre because the acre was in like a prime location. Hey, what's up? Why am I right here? Because I have 20 acres. What do you mean? You're fine. They said they can't even hear Annabelle with the mic. I got the mic on. It's not clear. It ain't clear. It's not clear. Trust me. Okay, so he wants me to get out of the way because he coming through. So let's go over to another spot. He went through, guys, and I'm gonna look at your comment. I saw your comment. I don't know who that was, but I'm gonna look at it in just a second. But y'all, I promise you. I guess we can turn this way. We can turn that way. Yeah, yeah, that works. And so we were just conversating. It like opened up a whole new conversation for us. Is basically what it did earlier. It just opened up a new conversation for us because for us, it's like we have done the investment thing, and so it's not it's not scary for us anymore. I know. I think that was you that made a comment. Let's see. Uh, let's see. I see you too. How are you doing? Love this. I am so afraid to even try to get land because they make you believe you're not good enough. And I promise you, you can do this. I promise you. I'm always saying we're just regular people. We're just normal people who are just blessed. We are blessed because we work. We go ahead and put in the work. We want something, we think about something, and we also put in the work. Faith without works is dead. So you have to start there. I'm sorry, y'all, my allergies been killing me all day. And I got a sneeze, but it's I'm sorry. Be rich, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, but you can do this. You are so listen, so many more of us used to own land. I still know people that own hundreds of acres. And if we can just work together with each other, um, I had a conversation um, with a lady today, actually, with a friend of mine about buying some land and just pouring into her, giving her some information that I know for sure is going to be very, very beneficial when it comes to getting that deal done. And so this is something new to us just now. But our grandparents, they had land. Their parents, they had land. They may not have owned it the way that we own it. A lot of them, you know, they just didn't put things in writing. They didn't do things the proper way. And then a lot of people will actually lost a lot of the land because they weren't doing things the proper way. But once we know better, we have to do better. Hey, Natural Diva, how are you doing? Once we know better, we just have to do better. And that's why we are doing these videos. That's why we want to just really give you the information and open ourselves up and be available. You can email Eco Neighbor. You have questions, you can email me. I'm on Instagram. I'm here on YouTube. Like, just we're gonna do our best, y'all. We're gonna do our best. I promise. We're gonna do our best for you to help you to overcome that fear. And I really, that's sad to me. That's really sad that it makes people feel like they're not worth it. You are totally worth it. You are 1000% worth it. And this is not rocket science. All it takes is for you to do a little work. You do have to do the work. You do have to do your part. And once you do your part, then guess what? You're going to get to where you're going. Now, we learned something off of every single transaction. There was not a single transaction that was just simple, straight to the point. There was just not. The first home that we bought was on a half acre. We bought the land first and then we moved a mobile home there. That was our introduction to home ownership. And guess what? People had all they had to say to us. They had all of their negative stuff. Why are y'all buying a mobile home? You shouldn't be buying a mobile home. Um, it's not going to appreciate and value. And let me tell you, all of that is just not true. It's just not true. We made a profit on that mobile home. And that was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And we ride by every now and again. Hi, Veggie Farm. How you doing? Hi, Jay Weezy 3 and 1. We ride by every now and then just to look at the mobile home and just to see. And we're like, dang, it pretty much looks like we left it, except it's all grown up because the people don't like to do yard work. You know, we love to do yard work. We love to be outside. So um, for us, it was, we had to, we had to. After we spent, I came from $80 per month. I'll be telling y'all about my little one bedroom apartment with the heater where you had to light the pilot. Yeah, one of those. Just straight brick, no insulation. That was my first apartment. And that's where Eco Neighbor and I lived when we first got married. So um coming from that, it was like we were paying $80 a month. And then when we moved into our first apartment, because we moved to Florida, we paying like almost $600. And we were like, what the heck? It was a nice place, you know, beautiful views, all of that stuff. But we started doing the math. $600 every month, every single month, $600. And guess what? They don't want. They don't want no IOUs. They don't want no, well, I appreciate you. I love you. And they don't want any of that. I don't know if y'all can hear the kids coming by on the on the four-wheelers, but they like to get to our driveway and just kind of try to look back here to see what they can see. Can't see much, but anyway. Anyway, but we just started there when we realized that that just wasn't going to be it for us. So yeah, we bought a mobile home. That was our first thing. And when people were telling us, no, don't do this, it's almost like that motivated us to go even harder. So we looked and we looked and we looked. We had been looking for years, even before that, before we did that. When we were dating, we used to go around and look at mobile homes and things because we just thought, like, these things look nothing like when grandmama had the mobile home. They didn't look anything like that, and now they are a whole different level. If you look at just some of the videos that I put up for some of the ones that I personally like, they have gone to a whole new level. So we sold that for a profit. So don't let nobody tell you that buying a mobile home is a bad investment. I promise you, it is not. Okay. Um, Thank you. See you. You are so welcome. You're so welcome. Ina Stanley says, I love that y'all and Led are talking so much about land ownership. Our community so desperately needs to hear this from folks who actually own land. Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of people who are talking about it and they ain't even done it before, you know. And for some reason, people like to listen to them. They like to listen to those people. But all we can do is stop diminishing our experiences, you know, and let other people like us people who love their family, people who like to get together and cook out. My husband cooked out today. I ain't eat it because, I'm on my health journey. Juicing with Jay has got me, I'm gone back, totally plant-based at this point. So, because I need to reset this system, y'all. Miss Kathy B, I saw your comment. Let me find it. Choco Me, how you doing? Hey sis, I just got on here late. I got a few acres and need a structure to start and get established. Certainly looking for a mobile home. And yes, and guess what? If you can find one used, that's even better. If that's going to be just a start for you, if you can find one used, that's even better because the way the interest rates are right now, they're high. Um, about the guy told me a couple of weeks ago, if you have good credit, it's still at like 7.8% for good credit. He financed somebody who had a 800. I ain't at no 800 yet, but he financed somebody who was at an 800 and they still had 7.8 or 9% interest. So interest rates are high, which is going to make your payments higher. So if you have the opportunity to hold off a little bit, save a little bit, we got an RV. That's the thing, that's where we at now. We at like save mode, like recoup some stuff, handle some things that need to be handled. Getting our little tiny home right here. That's her. Getting her together. We're doing some drywall in there right now, and that's ridiculous. Those interest rates, yeah, and that was for the good credit. Okay, that was for the good credit. Hi, brother Lawrence. How you doing? You are welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. I really want y'all to know that this is so possible. Princess, how you doing? Princess Adara, how you doing? It is so possible. And in the beginning, like the only thing that even made us kind of question ourselves was that, we had lost all of this stuff. We had lost, one of our homes and, cars, like all types of stuff. And but that lesson was one that we had to have. Like a lot of people are like, man, like how do you even keep going after that? Well, it really depends on what you want. It depends on what you want in life. So if you want something different, then use whatever it takes. Use whatever you got in you. You got to dig deep sometimes. And I'm telling you, we saw some low times and we really had to dig deep in order to get that momentum back, because sometimes you start to doubt yourself and be like, maybe this is not for me, you know maybe it's just not meant for us to have a home. Maybe it's not meant for us to have some land. But I know that the Most High will give you the desires of your heart. I believe that you have to be very specific with what you pray for. You have to be very, very specific with what you want in life. And once you do that, see, I'm a writer. One of the things that I do is I journal. And so to me, it's spiritual and it's very, very powerful. And so when I write things down, I'm like, wow, I'm going back now and I'm reading stuff that I journaled back in 2020. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, we have realized some of this stuff. I'm having to check things off and then or put a little heart by things or whatever and just be like, we did it. We did it. We were fine. We were fine in 2020. The only thing that was going really, really wrong is that my husband was having health issues. He was having anxiety. He was having physical issues from the anxiety. And so that kind of it was like a snowball effect to, we didn't want to see where that would take us. But if you saw our part two of our video the other day, listen, at this point, we ain't scared. We're not scared anymore. And we're just like, man, listen, if we lost it, we got it. Okay. We lost it. We got it again. So guess what? If a series of unfortunate events were to happen and we were to lose it, if we wanted it, we could get it again. We just got to put in the work. You just have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined enough to do it, to put in the work. Because I promise you, if you put in the work, if you use the things that we have said, if you use the tips that we have given, you can get your land. Love part one and part two, Bill, from the other day. Yeah, yeah. I'm in Illinois, so I'm not sure where to find a mobile home dealer. But yes, I'm certainly starting. My kids need this fresh start with a more wholesome future. And guess what? You can also look on, I don't know if Mobile Home Village is like all over the US, but they have used mobile homes on there. You can look in, like, break out the newspaper, because there are a lot of people that will still put things in the newspaper. And people like that, they're very old fashioned. And I love old fashioned because I consider myself old fashioned. um, but hi, Auntie Bev, how are you doing? Um, you can find, you just have to look all over the place, do your Google searches and look for private dealers. Go to the mobile home lots, and there are sometimes you'll find somebody nice in the office that will tell you about the mobile homes. Like the lady went at the RV park, she told me where they get their mobile homes from Mobile Home Village. And so people will give you information. You just have to open yourself up a little bit and talk to people, because that lady didn't know me from anybody, but she has told me her whole history. She has told me, how they acquired the RV park, like the whole thing, where they get the things, how much they were going to charge for them. They will let you buy them. Hi, Grace, guys. Boss Hog, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. They'll let you buy them even from them, and then you can move them to your land. Um, let's see. I do cash if the price is right. I think for land and real estate, cash is great. Congratulations to you, both your properties. Listen, that is amazing. That's amazing, Miss Anna. Congratulations to you. I saw somebody say something about, okay, we've purchased two properties within the last 6 or 7 months. We paid cash, which is slightly different approach, but that's the approach that I would use. That's the approach that I would use. Um, Listen, I've been doing some things in the background that I ain't said nothing about, and I can't tell y'all about really right now, because I'm working on some things. You'll see it. You'll see the results from what I'm doing. But I'm telling you, you gotta go for it. You gotta go for it. And cash, if you can pay cash for your property, it's just going to come back to you. If you even if you decided that I don't want this anymore, this is too much, this is too much work, I don't want to work this hard anymore, I'm getting older. Who is that sent a super chat? See you too, thank you so much, that is so sweet of you. Says I am, let's see. Oh, I and everyone is grateful for you and your husband. God bless you both always. God bless you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If you don't have cash, yes, you can finance that land. If you are down in the South, one of the places that we used, um, when we needed to finance land, was Farm Credit. farm credit. And I know they're here in the South. So if you are anywhere in just like this North Florida area, definitely if you're in this North Florida area, there will be a farm credit that is near you. And I know there are other places out there who do land only loans. So you'll have to do a little research and find those places that do land only loans. Um, and then there are so many ways, there's so many things that you can do. If you have land, you can put, land down as a down payment. Now listen, y'all, you still gonna have to have, like, your debt to income ratio still gonna have to be in order. They're not fixing to give you any their money, even if you're trying to buy a house and you're putting land down. They're still, if your debt to income ratio says that you can't pay whatever you're borrowing from them, they're still not going to give you the loan, even if you have land. So just know that. All right. I know somebody who tried recently and they got disqualified because their debt to income ratio was too high for them to be able to pay the loan back in the eyes of the bank. Okay. Thank you so much for this awesome advice. I'm gonna get looking ASAP since the weather is better now. Yes, if you go ahead and do some research online, you can find those places who will lend to you. Now, that you're gonna have to have a creative mindset, or you're gonna have to have a decent credit score of, at this point, probably close to 700, because when they're giving you money for land, they're not going to finance it for 30 years. They're only going to finance it for a period of time, and they're giving you their cash, is the way that they see it. Okay, is that they're giving you their cash, even though they know that the land is going to increase and they're going to get their money back. Even if they have to foreclose on you, they know they're going to get their money back, but still they look at it from a risk perspective. And so that's how we have to approach it as well. So do your, find your, go get your credit score from what is it, annual credit report, I believe it is .com. Get your credit reports, get all three of them, and look at them and go through them with a fine tooth comb. Make sure everything is correct on your credit reports, because there are some. I pulled my credit report yesterday, and I got some letters to write, because I'm just like, wait a minute, like, my credit score is good, but I'm like, why is my credit score not great right now? There's no reason for it not to be. Why is it great right now? Why is it not great right now? So you got to do your research. My credit score is 796. My income is not high. um that's my concern. Listen, it just depends on how much you're going to borrow. So it's not going to hurt you if you're looking, ask them if they can just do like a soft pull instead of a hard inquiry on your credit. If you go to apply, if you decide to apply for the land loan, debt to income is so important. Yes, it is, Brother Lawrence. It's very, very important. But that is great. That's an amazing credit score to have at a 796. But we did it when our income was not high. Okay. We did it. We bought land when our income was not high. But if you heard part two, you know that Eco Neighbor had to get to writing letters. He had to be really pushy and talk to the president or CEO or whatever he was of the company in order to get that loan. Um, or go before the board, whatever. Do whatever you have to do. If they have a board who makes the decisions, um, just do whatever you have to do in order to get your land. So if that means that, if your income level means that you can't get 20 acres, then do like I tell everybody else. Start with the quarter acre, start with the 1 acre, just depending on how much land is in your area. I was just looking at some quarter acre plots for sale now, and I was like, wow, the prices are really going through the roof. And so for somebody to come to us and say, hey, would you be willing to sell 15 of these acres? And they want to give us more than double? Wow. Wow. We hadn't even been here a year yet. But guess what? Anything that you do, see that? See this little thing right here? Anything that you do to this property is going to be just like ching ching, money in the bank. It's money in the bank. It's just waiting for you to do something with it, make it an investment property, put you some Airbnbs out there, whatever it is that you want to do with your property, you can do it if you go ahead and make the move. But do your research, take your time. Like, all we doing is out here hustling. We out here hustling. We doing whatever it takes in order to make sure that we get what we want. If you're the type of person where you're like, this is just too much for me, I don't want to do all of that. I don't want to go through, you know, like right now, he over there burning a big pile of debris. You don't want to go through that, then this might not be for you. And that's okay. Find you a nice home. Find you a small home if you have to. Find you one of the popular things, especially in the country where we live, one of the very popular things to do is to find you a piece of land with an older mobile home on it. If you do that, you have set yourself up so sweet, you just can't even understand. You're gonna set yourself up so sweet if you just find a property that has an older mobile home on it, but that has some land. You'll be amazed at the deals that you can find. So when you go to Zillow, do your little searches, find out what the houses or mobile homes or whatever are going for in the area where you're looking to buy, and do a little research. It takes a little bit of leg work, but when I tell you the rewards to be able to stand out on your land, on your own land, to be able to set up a tent out here and pull up some chairs and break out a deck of cards and some dominoes and some Uno cards for me, because, child, hey, listen, I'm not doing the spades. I ain't playing no spades. I I I grew up a fighter, so I can't get in the spades game because you know you can't get too crazy with me. Like, God ain't finished with me yet, so I don't play spades. I play Uno. I'll play Go Fish with the children, but I'm just not gonna do the whole spades games and stuff because it just be too intense for me. And I try to stay peaceful. Hi, Homestead in the Hood. How you doing, sis? Good to see you. I have been crazy busy. I'm sorry. I don't think I responded to you on your on the last thing that you sent to me, but I'm glad to see you. Thank you for being here. But yeah, I don't do that. I don't play the spades game. But it is so worth it when you put in that little leg work, y'all, and you get yourself a piece of property. When we first walked out on that half acre that we bought, right? It was That was the best feeling ever, because to us at the time, like, we like, woo boy, we got some land. We were just excited. We were young, like we were 20, let me see, 20, I think I was 21. He was like 23, something like that, maybe 24 when we got our first piece of land, and then bought the mobile home to go out there. Man, we were pumped. We were pumped because we took our time. We looked for the mobile home that we wanted, and we found the one that had all these windows going all around the kitchen, tons of cabinets, big island, plenty of cabinet space, had a wood burning fireplace, had the separate living room, dining room, and a den. I mean, we were in heaven. That was exactly what we wanted. That was exactly what we were looking for. 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, mud room. Like it was the whole nine. Like for back then, it was like we paid, shoot, we paid a good little penny. But that thing was on point. And every time somebody would come to our house, they would look around like, what? Are y'all kidding me? This is a mobile home? And we were just like, we partied, okay? We partied. And we want to do that same thing right here. But oof, we're gonna be doing it with, there's something flying around me, with our extended family as well. Our family be out here, and you just, there's nothing better than having a place for your family to be able to get together. Ain't nobody got to be crowded all up on each other. The kids can play ball. um like we just make the best out of wherever we end up, whatever situation that we end up. We had a Okay, hold on. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear me now. Am I back? I'm back now. Okay, it died on me. Sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. But what I was saying is that, listen, we used to party. We used to party. We make sure that wherever it is that we are, we have a party. We gonna party. We're gonna make whatever life is the best for us. And what I was talking about when my sound went out was that we waited on the apartment that had the balcony, because guess what? We needed to grow plants. We needed to grow something on that balcony. And we used to be up there doing little photo shoots and taking pictures of the plants and all that type of stuff, growing our little lettuce and all of this stuff. Because wherever we go, we want to make it ours. And you can have that too, but you just got to put in a little work. It's just like with anything else that you want to accomplish in life, it starts right here. So once you feel like, okay, I'm ready right here, your body is going to follow that. Your body is going to follow that. Um, You can get your credit reports from your bank. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And if you don't want to pay for it, you can go online and do it. I just got all three of mine the other day from the credit bureaus without having to pay the bank. But yeah, you can get them from either way. But thank you for that, Johnny J. Jay Weezy, we going to have a funky good time. Yes, yes. Nothing better than family. There's nothing better than whole, healed, positive, inspirational, loving, kind, happy, joyous family members. All family members ain't good to mess with. So let's not even trip. But when you have those people who are around you, who love you, who want the best for you, who are just trying to do their best too, those are the people that you build with. That's your community. That's your real tribe. Those are the people that you grow with and you develop plans with, you hustle with, you develop game plans with, you put your money together with. Remember all of those things that I mentioned. Those are the people, not just any and everybody, because any and everybody don't have your best interest at heart. To me, if I can't trust you with my life, if I can't trust you to have my back that seriously, I can't put my money with you either. But that's just me. All right. You have to do what works for you, what works for your family, but just make sure that whatever it is, I guess it's dark now, huh? Whatever it is that you decide that you're going to do, just make sure that you're mentally ready for the journey. And guess what? If you even get inside, if you start to walk into the journey and then you realize you're not ready, then guess what you've lost? You haven't lost anything. You've gained a bunch of knowledge. You've gained some wisdom for yourself. And you're helping yourself, you're helping your friends, your family. Like I'm constantly, you don't have to do that, eco neighbor.
You did have stop.
I am constantly, I'm constantly giving information to my friends, my family, my G tribe, because I want us all to win. You know, I don't care if you're a stranger. If your mindset is right, that works for me. I can get down with that. I can do that. I can work with you if your mindset is right. But if it's not, then I can't. At this point in my life, I'm almost 50. I can't wait for you. I'm at the point where that's so weird, eco neighbor. It's so weird. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to stand so that it doesn't look so weird. But anyway, um, I can't wait for anybody. But what I can do is exactly what I did today. That young lady needed some help. I got on the phone with that young lady in the midst of the day, and we had a conversation. We had a real conversation. We had some strategic conversations so that she will know exactly what she needed to do at that time. And we're going to, Eco Neighbor and I are going to come back together again, and we're gonna try our best to make it a regular thing. I don't know. He be acting up sometimes, y'all. He won't act right sometimes, so I don't, so I don't know if he is gonna be willing to come on every time I'm willing to come on, but we definitely are going to do um, some more videos, and we're going to make sure that you all get all the information that you need so that you can do this. I'm telling you, you can do this. We have countless stories, okay? We have countless stories. And I'm just telling you that you can do this. And don't let anybody talk you out of it. If it's something that you really want, nobody can talk you out of it anyway. So just make it a point, make it a point to put a few minutes every day into learning more. Go back and watch a couple of those videos where we were talking about it. um, Write down some of that information, because I'm telling you, that information is what really happens in these transactions. They're going to all be different. Your transaction is going to be different than ours. We have some people who they go through and they're like, oh, I ain't have no problems. Like, yeah, the underwriters wanted a little more information, they wanted a little more stuff, but we really didn't have any problems with getting our home or with getting our land. We just gave them what they asked for, and then we kept it moving. So everybody's situation is going to be different, you know. Um, as I just know that there are people who are low income and there are people who are high income who are all doing the same thing, and they're doing it for a reason. And if you get into this game, thank me later. Thank me later. That's all. Just thank me later, because I'm telling you, this will change your life, and it will put you in a position where you always have something. It's just like when we were going through those years of hardship, when we were going through all of that, we literally had like 12 classic cars or something like that. And guess what we had to do? In order to stay afloat as long as we did, okay, which car going on eBay this week? you know, it had to be one of those types of things. It had to be one of those situations. But this is why we acquire things. This is why we acquire things. You got to be willing to let those things go. Because when you're willing to let those things go, something else can come back to you. You just got to be willing to let go when it's time. You're going to get so much stuff, y'all. It gets creepy out here when it's dark. It gets creepy. So I'm gonna have to go inside. But just don't let anybody, when you really want to do something, you're not going to allow anybody to talk you out of it. See, it's a wrap. All right. All right. It's a wrap. Bugs and stuff flying all in my look, that has started yet. The coyotes has started yet. So let me stop playing around and getting out. Even though I got my little girl on me, but hey, I think the pack might be more than the lead that I got in here. The little coyote pack might be a little bigger than the lead, but than the amount of lead pencils that I got in here. But anyway, thank y'all for coming in. This was just supposed to be just a few minutes of, me telling y'all that when you have land, child, oof, when you have land, you just start with 1 acre. I'm telling you, people still calling us to this day, still calling us to this day, trying their best to get that 1 acre that was in that amazing location that we sold, and we were able to utilize that in order to get to where we are now. So, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. Just reminded me of that viral reporter at the park. Oh yeah, and he was like, "Let's get out this country, mother." Oh yeah, I remember that. That is like the funniest video ever in life to me. There would never be anything funnier. But thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going in, y'all, because like it gets different at nighttime. All right. So thank y'all so much for coming in. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Thank you for the super chats. I really appreciate it. Bell's Backyard Garden. That's all right. That's all right, sis. I know you over there crook walking, sea walking and stuff. Um, but yeah, I know. I know. You were out there partying instead of coming to my live, but it's all good. I forgive you, sis. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Eco neighbor trying to keep this thing. He trying to keep the light going. But the bugs are going to come for the light, so I'm definitely going in. All right. I'll see y'all later. Take care, guys. I'm going in.